This video is going to be covering Onshape Basic Object Creation, as the name of the project suggests. This will be helpful for IED students, maybe POE students if they need a refresher, and also maybe just for practice in general. So first off is going to be basic cubes and rectangles. So what you're going to want to do is go up to the sketch over here and click on the one of these three faces. I like to do the top, and then center yourself around that using this nav ball up here. So now you're looking straight down at the top face. And to make a rectangle or a cube, there are two main ways that you can do it. You can either use the rectangle tool or the line tool. Obviously the rectangle tool is self-explanatory. You just take the tool and drag it out and then click on wherever you want. And then let's say we want this to be a 2x2. This is pretty close. Now what we could do is try and mess with it like this and do a little bit of that. And then, no. If we click on it, it'll tell 2.1. 2.1, it's pretty close. But if we want it to be exact, we use this dimension tool up here, which looks like an arrow separating two lines. Then we can click on the line that we want to dimension and type in 2 inches, 2 inches. There we go. There's a 2x2 square. We can change this to be 3. Now it's a 2x3 rectangle. We can do 2.5, do 100, there you go. Let's do 3, stick with 3x3 for now. And then after that, what we do, now it's just a little two-dimensional, whatever, it's just a two-dimensional square. So to bring it into the third dimension, we hit extrude, and then we click on the plane or the object that we just created, and then we can drag this arrow out if we want to know, or if we want to extrude it, or we can type in a number over here. So we'll go 3 inches, and then hit the check mark, and then boom, we have a 3x3, 3 inches by 3 inches, 3 inches, oops, 3 inches, there we go, 3x3x3 cube. Look at that, pretty easy. Next up is another pretty useful tool for making all sorts of shapes. It'll be the polygon tool. So going up next, do the same thing that we did before. Click on the sketch, click a plane, center yourself, and then over here is what is called an inscribed polygon tool, or just the polygon tool. And what you do is you click on the center, or where you want your shape to be centered, and then you do that, and it brings it out. And then when you release, or when you click again, now you can drag up or drag down to increase or decrease the number of sides. Sorry, that was one of the robotics mentors. And then after that, look, you have a very nice, was that an octagon? Yeah, very nice octagon. And if you want to go back and change the number of sides, you can do that, or change it more, 12 I think, 12, and then it's just there. And then same thing, to bring it into the third dimension, you go to the extrude tool, click there, and then we'll do 6 inches. Now I'll stick with 3. And then boom, there we go. We have our 12-sided polygon, whatever that's called. This is also a very useful tool to create triangles, because there we go. Now this triangle should have, oh, and if we want to dimension the side, we can do that too. So if we want a 3-inch triangle, there we go. This triangle should be all 60 degrees. So there we go. Our 3 by 3 by 3 triangle. Circles and curves are pretty useful. Again, sketch on the top plane. Center point circle, there are 3 different types of circles, I guess. Center point circle is pretty self-explanatory. You click on your center point of the circle and it makes the circle. And then we can dimension that. And then you also have the 3-point circle, which is where you click on a center point, or no, you click on an edge point, and then it drags it out, and you click again, and then you make, it's a 3-point circle, you make 3 points. And we go 3 with that again. And see, look at that, 1, 2, 3 points on the circle right there. And delete that one. And then we also have the ellipse, which is a little weirder because it kind of drags it out from the middle, and then you can make it just by going up and down like that. You can make a circle using the ellipse tool if you make each of its sides the same like that. 5 and 5 makes a 5 by 5 ellipse, or or just a 5 diameter circle. So yeah, that's making a circle. And then if you extrude this, you'll notice it'll be a cylinder. So if we want a sphere, we will have to go here, cut our circle in half, and then use this trim tool, which can be used to cut off parts of your object or sketch, and then hit the check. Now you notice we have a half circle. There's another way to create a half circle, which is, I think, the easier way, which is going to 3-point arc, and we click 1 point, 2 points, and then we click a 3rd point somewhere out here. So I click there. Now that's there. Then all we'd have to do is put another line here, and there we go. Half circle. So check that. To make a sphere, what we're going to do, instead of the extrude, if we extrude this, it'll just be a half cylinder, which is kind of boring. So what we do is take the revolve, which is right next to extrude, and then we click on the face, and then we click on revolve axis and put it around our center line right there. And then what it's doing is revolving this face around that line. So then boom, a sphere. Look at that, pretty nice. So I will hide you for now. And if we go back, made another sketch. So now, up next for curves and such is the spline tool, which is used for making much more custom and kind of weird curves. It goes, you click on a point, and then you, if you've used Photoshop, this is very similar to the pen tool, or Adobe Illustrator. Yeah, Illustrator. So you click on a point, and you click on another one, and then it drags out a curve from wherever you designate it, and then it creates a closed shape wherever you do. This one's a little, I mean, it has a lot less uses, but when you do need it, it's very nice. It's very good for tracing objects if you need to do that. Yeah, but that's the basics of circles and curves. Onto holes, which are very useful. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a sketch again on the top plane. We're going to create a rectangle. So let's say this is a 6. No, let's say it's a 2 by 4. 2x4 is feet. So actually, hold on. 2 feet is 24. By 48. Hold on, this is gonna sound really dumb. What is a 2x4? So it would be like, say, a foot long, and then 2 inches tall. Yeah, there we go, 2x4. So let's say we want to drill some holes into this 2x4. There are multiple ways to do this. We'll cover most of them. What you can do is take a circle, place it where you want to go, make your size of holes. Let's say we're drilling 1/2-inch holes, and our holes are, you can also use the dimension tool as I just showed. You can use it to dimension circles. It will do their diameter, so that circle's diameter is 0.5 inches, and then you can also use it to measure things from each other. So if we measure from that point to the wall, we'll say 2 inches. That'll be in the middle. And then from this wall, I don't know, 2 inches as well. So there we go. Now we have our circle right there. Now we go to extrude, and instead of new, we hit remove, and then click on that. And then we drag this out until it goes all the way through the other side, and then check, and boom, we've got a hole. Now, we can go back to our sketch and make a point using the point tool. Put one right there. Dimension it, we'll say 2 inches away from this. And then again, 2 inches from the top or the bottom, either works. Check. And we go to, you see our point right there. We go to the hole tool, and we click on our point. And then our merge scope is the object that is going to be taking the hole out of. So that would be this one, part 1. Hole type, drilled, drill size. Where is half? Goodness gracious, there's a lot of drill sizes. Oop. Half. Start from part. End determination. Through hole. Well, you can either do a through hole, a blind hole, up to next. We'll do blind because this is how you do. If you do flat. And then depth is how deep it'll go. So let's see, we want 5. No, not 5 inches. That goes to the whole thing. 0.5 inches. And then this determines the angle at the bottom of the hole. So it's like your drill bit. So we'll just keep it flat for now. And then so that's how you make different kinds of holes in Onshape. Pretty easy. Then over here it tells you it's a 0.5 diameter hole with a depth of 0.5 inches. Yeah. So now on to making a little more of a strange shape using all the tools that we learned with this. We're gonna make a, I guess you could call it a supporting rack or a supporting clip for something. So first we will start on the right side, and then we will create a rectangle that is, we'll say, 1 inch by 3 inches, and then we will create another rectangle that goes up. That would be 3 inches by 1 inch. We'll do 2 inches. Now what we can do from here is extrude, but instead of just extruding one of our rectangles, we can click on all 3 of these parts and extrude them all 1 inch. And there we go. We have our first little section of support. Now, on top of our entity that we've already made, we select a new sketch plane, go to the top view, and now let's make some holes for, I guess, pegs or screws to go in. So we'll say 1/4 inch, and it will be 0.2 away from the center. Do that same on the other side. 0.25, 0.2, and then from this top edge, they will both be 0.2. There we go. Check. Now we go to extrude again, click on both of these, remove, drag this till it's all the way through. Check. Those holes look a little too close to that support, don't they? So I think we'll move these down 0.5 instead of just 0.2. Check. Look at that. Now, if we wanted some pegs that could clip into something else, or like another one of these, then we make another sketch on the top, draw some more circles similar to the ones that we did before. 0.25, 0.2, from the bottom, 0.5, another circle, check. Now instead of removing, what we're going to do is what we did before and just extrude it. And we'll say 1/2 inch. And there you go. Now we have 2. Now we have pegs on it and we have holes. There we go. What else could we add to this that would use some of the stuff that we learned? I'm not really sure. I feel like it looks pretty okay. Yeah, it's been a long time since I posted, but you can thank Summer for that. And then, yeah, happy studying. Thanks for coming by. And yeah, goodbye.